What is up, everybody? What is up? Welcome. Oops, phone fell. Welcome to the Typical Browns Fan Podcast. Yes, it's just me, your typical Browns fan, with your typical Browns fan takes. And today, I got a couple of them. I'm going to talk about Kevin. I'm going to talk about Shedeur Sanders' performance against the Tennessee Titans. And I'm going to touch a little bit on the Bears, the matchup Sunday, against the Chicago Bears, who look beatable if you really dig deep. But can we play offense enough to be beatable, right? But before I get it too far deep into this, I want to give a shout out to Original Steak and Hoagies. Today, I got to taste test something delicious, their hot and honey chicken sandwich. I went there and I was able to pick up that and some appetizers, and I ate it, and it tastes so good. They have hot honey sauce on it. What kind of cheese? Shoot, I wrote all this down. Dang it. Um, some pepper jack cheese, and then spicy pickle fries on it, and it's just so good. So if you're by an Original Steak and Hoagies, just Google them. Go there and go get their hot honey chicken sandwich. Delicious. I'm gonna tell you, delicious. So go there, check them out, and if you do, let them know we sent you. Typical Browns fan / Bearded Browns podcast. Nonetheless, let's get into it. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Lego Heads Barber Salon. Lego Heads Barber Salon is located in Berea, Ohio. Go there, talk to Marlon, and let him know that the Bearded Browns sent you, and get a haircut and a beard trim. It's going to be great, okay? Let them know that we sent you here, Typical Browns fan and the Bearded Browns. First, I'm going to get into, let's talk about Kevin. There's a lot of talk this week about Kevin being gone, whether he's going to get traded, whether he's going to be fired. And to be honest with you, I was there. I was that person. I was like, you know what? I kind of agree. I want Kevin gone. I want him fired. I want him gone. His offense sucks. Everything's bad. But then I started really dig deep a little bit. And then I started to feel bad for Kevin. And I got in my feelings, y'all. I got in my feelings about Kevin. I really started to dig deep. Now let's talk about Kevin for a second. I understand the last 2 seasons where Kevin's been horrible offensively. Last year our offense was ranked last. This year we're ranked 28th in yards per game, 30th in points per game with 17. Yards per game is 294 yards. Now, when we look at this from just up close, we say Kevin sucks and he stinks, right? We see that. But when we just step back and take the emotions out of it, like, let's do this together. All those that are watching, let me know where you're watching from below. But let's take a step back real quick and breathe. And understand that since Kevin has been here, he has been putting up with nothing but drama and headaches. From quarterback to injuries to everything going on. Even when he first started 2020, he had to deal with COVID and training up a team to know his system through that. And his first year through all that, he went to the playoffs and won. Next year after that, went 8-9 with Baker. Baker hurt his shoulder. Kind of what's going on with Baker now. He hurt his shoulder. They went 8-9 after that. And then the whole fiasco with Deshaun Watson happened. And the rest is history. Yeah. Then we get into this stuff, right? So in 16 games with Baker, his first year, he went 11-5. 14 games with Baker the year after that, he went 8-9. So altogether, the first 2 years, Baker, this is the Typical Browns podcast. Yes, it's a solo show tonight because I'm the typical fan. What's up, Don? Shout out to the Bearded Bastard Barbecue Sauce. Shout them out. Give them a follow on socials and hit up their sauces. Delicious. Either way, Baker went 20-14 his 2 years under Kevin, and then Watson came in, and then Kevin had to deal with that. Right? I personally believe, as a conspiracy theorist, I believe they agreed on a system. Deshaun said, "I'm going to run your system," and Deshaun signs the money. Then Deshaun decides to go rogue and say, "I ain't running your lame system. I'm doing what I do in Houston." I think there was some drama going on there. But nonetheless, Watson gets injured and injured and injured again. See, I can't help but to think here that this is not all on Kevin. And I think sometimes we put too much on Kevin. I think there are times that Kevin is just a puppet with the strings, just doing whatever he is told to do. Every year he's had horrible situations at the most important position in football, quarterback. What's up, Luke? What's up, all my YouTube people? Comment down below where you are watching from today and let me know if you want Kevin fired. That's the first segment. Do you want Kevin fired? Let me know below. So when we look at the two quarterbacks that Kevin had, we can say that are starters in the league, right? You had Baker Mayfield, who was 17 and 13 under Kevin, and then you have Deshaun Watson, who's 9 and 10. All together, they have a winning record. When Kevin has an actual number one quarterback, he has a winning record with 26 and 23. Now, that's not a wide margin, right? That's not a wide margin of wins. But understand, Baker was hurt during that 8-9 year. So he played with an injury. Should have sat him. That's a different story. That's a different podcast. Deshaun Watson, we know the story. 9 and 10, in and out of the lineup, hurt all the time. But with two quality starters, he has a winning record. Now, here's the thing that we often overshadow or we miss in general, is that the rest of his time here, he has 48 games without Baker or Watson. They're backup quarterbacks. 48 of those games, you went 17 and 31. With Zappy, Driscoll, Jameis, DTR, Flacco, Walker, Dylan, Sanders, and Jacoby Brissett. Tell me, this is how I talked myself into, like, is it really Kevin? Like, are we going to really blame all this on Kevin when his most important position in the league, he hasn't had one since Baker consistently? He had Zappy, Driscoll, Jameis, DTR, Flacco, PJ Walker. By the way, he was 2-1 with PJ Walker. Where's PJ at? Dylan, obviously we know Dylan. He's in the thing. Sanders, we're going to talk about him later, and Jacoby Brissett. He was 4-7, probably the second best on that line of backups that Kevin had. That to me shows a sign of unfairness when we judge him, and a brighter scope of things. Not that if you want to bring down the next 2 years and like, well, his offense stinks. Who has he had at quarterback? DTR and Jameis. Jameis, known for turning the ball over. DTR, not even in the league. Whose fault was for DTR? Was that Kevin? Or was that Andrew? Let me know. Now, if you want to put Dylan doesn't look too good, and there's a lot of talk that Kevin wanted. Dylan, you got an argument there. That's something that you can hang your hat on. We'll both agree to disagree. So, but my question is, what coach would come in this organization and have a winning record the last 6 years under that situation, under the fact that your quarterback that you should have signed, you didn't sign, you went after a quarterback who had issues that you didn't know, well, you probably did, you just ignored them, and you signed him for $250 million guaranteed, but he ended up just getting injured after the year, and you have to fill that void with backups. On top of that, you're stuck with talent because of the salary cap, which, by the way, Andrew Berry's navigated successfully. When Kevin had Baker, he won. When Kevin had Deshaun, he kind of won. Just one game off of 500. His offense looked somewhat good when Baker was here. Matter of fact, his offense when Baker was here was always top 15, top 12. That's all you would need with the type of defense we had today. If he had a top 12, top 15 defense, we would be probably top 5 in the AFC right now. I feel that no other coach other than 3 to 4 in the NFL would be successful in this organization with the crap that Kevin had to pull through. And I pulled up my 4 names. Whatever 4 names you have, if you disagree, I think Kyle Shanahan would have been successful here because he's a brilliant offensive mind. I think Sean McVay, love the guy. one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. He would have been successful here. We can say Tomlin. That's the one we want to run to. But here we go with Tomlin. I put him on the list because I love Tomlin, and I think he's a great coach. My issue with Tomlin is he hasn't won a playoff game. So eventually we would say Tomlin, but eventually we would be like Pittsburgh and eventually want him out because just going to the playoffs won't be enough. Tomlin hasn't developed a quarterback at all. He got Ben when he came to the team, and he inherited Ben and had not won a playoff game in about 10 years. And we would say Andy Reid. But Andy Reid was only been successful since what? Patty Mahomes. Do you see what's going on here? Kyle Shanahan is the only head coach that has won successfully with different quarterbacks. McVay is only won with the quarterback he has now. Stratford, he won. Tomlin's only won with Ben, and Reid has only really won with Patty. Without a decent to good quarterback or even great, your coach is crap. Kevin needs his quarterback. Kevin needs his quarterback. Y'all need to listen to what I'm saying. It's not Kevin. It's the quarterback. We have not successfully found a quarterback to help Kevin's system run successfully. This is what I've talked myself into. This is what I'm telling to myself. Oh yeah, McVay went with Goff too, and we see what Goff has done in Detroit. Now he has not won his playoff game yet, I don't think, but either way, Goff is McVay and Shanahan would be my top two guys. I love those two guys. Those are the guys I would replace with Kevin tomorrow. But my argument for Kevin is, how can we evaluate him as a coach if we have not found a quarterback in which to evaluate him from? And if we go by the last quarterback he had that is good in the NFL, Baker, he had a winning record with Baker. Baker looked good under him. Besides when the year here to shoulder. Our offense was top 15 with Baker. So if you could give me a Baker, our offense would look good under Kevin. Now, I would even argue it would probably even look better because I like Tommy Reese and the wrinkles that he's added to this offense. Speaking of quarterbacks, if you give me a quarterback under Kevin, I think we can win. Matter of fact, I think we found one. I'm just going to go on record. I think we found a quarterback. I don't think we need to draft a quarterback. I think what we need to do is draft Tate. Give me some offensive linemen. Give me Cooper from I think his name's Cooper from Indiana. Give me two receivers and some offensive linemen, and just let Shedeur cook. Let Shedeur cook. True, Don. Yeah, 2020 was heavy run with who? You had Chubb. Baker had Chubb. We have Q. If you give me a quarterback, which, by the way, we have a quarterback, we got a running back. Give me an offensive line and some weapons outside. I'm good. I'm good with Shedeur Sanders. I'm planting my feet on him. I know it's just 3 weeks in. I know it's just that people just say just the Titans, which, by the way, they have top middle of the road pass defense, and he did what he did without a running offense. So all the pressure was on him. I'm not getting too far deep in myself right now. I'm getting too excited. But what if Shedeur improves each week? What if Kevin and his team make Shedeur better each week? Do we keep Kevin and allow him and Tommy Reese to mature Shedeur in the offseason? Let him learn the system? I think that would be a great plan. I think Kevin, I've said this in the offseason when we were looking for a quarterback. We were talking about the drafts on the Bearded Browns podcast I'm a part of every Tuesday at 7:30, shameless plug. I said, I think Shedeur will be perfect for run Kevin's system well. And I think he has shown great growth since training camp. And he has gone better every week. Now, there's some things I'll talk about that I would like to see him improve on. Now, I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying I want to see him improve on. But against the Titans, Shedeur looked good. Shedeur, the only Browns quarterback to throw multiple touchdown passes, 15 yards in the air this season, despite having fewer than half the pass attempts than Dylan Gabriel with 74 and 185. I'm sorry. Shedeur has 74. Dylan Gabriel has 185, and Joe Flacco has 160. This is the thing that was appealing to Shedeur, was the fact that he was able to hit that home run ball. And he's hit it every game. Besides, obviously, come off Baltimore cold. He almost hit that pass to Gage there. But every time he's come off the bench, every time he's played, he's hit a big time play. 4 completions, 50 plus yards in his first 3 starts. Only person that's done that is Aaron Rodgers in 2020. He has 364 passing yards. First quarterback to hit 300 yards this season. Only the 9th 300-yard passer in 4 years for Cleveland. That is a lot in 3 games for Shedeur. That is a lot that he has done. A lot that he has accomplished. I want to see Kevin and Shedeur for 1 more year. I want to see him have a full training camp, a full offseason under Kevin. And I know a lot of people hate Kevin. I posted some on Facebook, a reel about promoting it. Like, I think we should, and people are like, no, get rid of him. He never believed in him. And if you read reports, though, even Shedeur said, like, the Hungry Dogs thing helped him. And Kevin is helping him. And actually, today, Shedeur came out saying, one thing I like about Kevin is that when I ask why, Kevin answers. He doesn't say, do it this way because I want it this way. He says when Kevin says, this is what we need to do, and he says why, Kevin gives me an answer and an explanation, and he says, because of that, I'm learning. Kevin is helping him grow, despite how fans feel about the situation. Sure. Did he want Dylan? Sure. Let's just say yes. But should we hold that against him in spite of it? No. Because I'll give you a perfect example. Kyle Shanahan, they drafted Trey Lance in the first round. They traded picks to get him. Bum. But they drafted Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, stud. And guess what? They quickly moved on from Trey Lance and play Purdy, and they're winning. Not one peep under the 49ers fan base about it. Not one peep. Why? Because they're winning. So why are we focused on the fact that Kevin wanted Dylan? He got it wrong. Cool. You know how many times Andrew Berry got it wrong? A lot. But what's beautiful about Kevin is that he's adjusted and he knows what's good for the team, and he's helping the team with Shedeur. So let's stop. Let's stop with this divisive talk every freaking week. I know the radio doesn't help because they have their opinions, and we all have our opinions. That's why I'm on a podcast, because I talk too much and I have an opinion. Fun. Now, one thing. Now, he's going to have struggles, right? Let's look at the third quarter against the Tennessee Titans. Are you ready for this? So there's 2 3-and-outs in the third quarter. The offense completely just pooped out. 2 drives ended near midfield in the third quarter without any points. With 1:41 remaining in the third quarter, that's the exact time that he threw that interception. Horrible interception. He admitted it. I'm going to learn from it. He said, I try to play hero ball. I'm trying to make a play. And that's just where I want to come to right here. I said this a couple of weeks ago on my podcast. If Shedeur can learn how to manage the game for the first couple of years, he's going to be successful. Just take whatever the defense gives you. Who cares if people are complaining, oh, it's yak yards, it's just a swing pass, and the running back ran for 50. Who cares? Because what you're doing, Shedeur, is you setting it up. Because the defense is going to have to count for the screen pass. Now they're going to have to count for the fact that you can throw 50 yards down the field. And guess what that's going to do? That's going to open up Junkins for running in between the tackles or outside the tackles. That's going to change the whole offensive schematics or scheme. I'm getting too excited. Sorry. This is what I see when I think of Shedeur and Kevin together. I don't know why I think that way. Maybe I'm the only fan that sees it. And my hope is that I talk people into it. I hope I start a little cult of Kevin Shedeur followers. We can wear chains and khakis or something. I mean, watches and khakis. I don't know why, but it just sounds right. I don't get it. But what's beautiful about that, despite that interception with 141 to go, and by the way, that led to Titans touchdown. So that's crucial. That's understandable. It did not break him. It did not break Shedeur Sanders. No, and this is what I love about Shedeur. Dude can make a mistake. He'll come back and be like, "No, I'll put the team on my back." The fourth quarter was beautiful. Beautiful fourth quarter. And for some reason, I just like, man, this dude might prove me wrong because I picked them to lose. I just had a feeling that they were going to lose, maybe because of Vegas had them Tennessee as Browns at 3.5-point favorites. I thought that was a little weird, but that tells me that they believe in Tennessee a little more. But anyways, I said, all right, let's go. Shedeur in the fourth quarter, 2 drives in the fourth quarter, 2 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing. 7-yard touchdown run, first career rushing touchdown. And it's not just a rushing touchdown. That dude made plays with his legs. He made plays with his legs, and it was amazing. And that 7-yard touchdown pass to Harold Fannin, beautiful. Beautiful. That's what we saw in college. That's what I saw when they drafted him in the 5th round. I said, we're going to get a steal if he can just get on the field. He's developing into something even better than he was when he's at Colorado, in my opinion. Sanders was responsible for every single touchdown in that game. Every touchdown, either he passed or he ran it in. That's playmaking ability. And I'm sorry, if you don't like Shedeur and you did not see how he played against Tennessee and you did not change your mind, you have no soul. Shedeur Sanders took the team on his back in the fourth quarter and tried to bring them back. Now I'm going to talk about something that went against my argument here before. Kevin, you got to let him cook. You can't take the ball out of his hand. Tommy and Kevin, what were you thinking? Going for 2 without your dude that took you down there. Come on. Let's be smarter here. I get it. The analytics say that. Like sometimes you got to take the analytics out of your heart, put some emotion in it. Put some emotion in the heart and say, this dude has been cooking and we're not taking the ball out of his hands. That is the only knock I wish Kevin would understand. It's like you can't always be number base in football. You can't be number base. You have to get in the moment and understand that Shedeur Sanders right there could have won the game twice for you. But you looked at your sheet and you read the numbers a little too deep. You know me, sometimes I'd like to rhyme my words. Just drop a beat. Oh, sorry. Nonetheless, he had us in moments to win that game. Maybe, I'm hoping Kevin learns from that. Kevin puts that up. Nope, that's on me. Next time, Shedeur, during that one-on-one meeting, he'll come up to Shedeur and be like, listen, you're a hungry dog. I made a mistake. Next time we get in that goal line for 2-point play, I'm not taking the ball out of your hands. You were cooking? My bad. I'll learn from that. That's what I'm hoping Kevin said to him. That's what I imagine Kevin is saying to him, hopefully. It's crazy that fourth quarter to me changed my whole scope about Shedeur. And I said, hey, it's been a while. It's been Baker a while. Actually, the last time they did it, Watson was there. He was able to take them to come back in Baltimore from behind double digits. But that really excited me. So he drives down the field twice and gets 2 touchdowns for 12 points in 3 minutes. I mean, what more can you ask for a rookie quarterback in his 3rd game? He also had, again, I said this before, he had no running game. The Browns had 29 yards rushing. Yeah, he had 29 yards rushing on 3 carries. Junkins, Sampson, and Corley combined for 17 carries, 32 yards. That's an average of 1.8 yard a carry. 1.8. Again, it's not I got some numbers here. It's not Junkins' fault. We're going to put Junkins. He had bulk of the carries. I think he had 14 of those carries. Junkins, week 2 to week 5, averaged 4.8 yards per carry. Yards after contact, meaning when he was hit, he still got 4 2.15 yards after contact. That means as soon as he hit the hole, boom, he got contact. What's up, Dad? My dad just in the chat. My dad just in the chat. My dad just said hello. It's Jonathan Ortiz. That's my dad. What's up? See, I am Puerto Rican. Look at my dad. He ain't white. I know I look white, but my dad's Puerto Rican. See, there's proof. There's biological proof my dad's Puerto Rican. So, guys, I'm Puerto Rican. That's why my name is Angel Ortiz, named after my grandfather. Nonetheless, Junkins, explosive run rate was 8.3 from weeks 2 to 5. Mind you, he didn't play week 1 because he got, that whole ordeal with him, right? Week 6 to last week, Junkins has fallen off the cliff. Over the last 5 weeks, he's averaged only 3.1 yards per carry. That's 42, ranked 42 in NFL. Only 2.7 yards per contact, which is ranked 27th in the NFL. And I think he's averaging about 3.5 explosive play run rate, which is down significantly. Now, you're going to ask yourself, why is this happening? It's simple. Again, it goes back to my Kevin argument. The reason why he is not winning currently isn't all on him. It's because of the talent in which we have around him. Yeah, Andrew Berry has been drafting defense heavy the last couple of last couple of drafts. He has drafted nobody on offense. If he does, he failed, right? If he does, he failed. So our offensive line sucks. Our offensive line this year is average 41.8% drop back rate, which is pressure rate, 41.8 pressure rate on dropbacks, which is second worst in the NFL. They're averaging 3.7 yards per rush, which is fourth worst in the NFL. 18.8 quick pressure rate within 2.75 seconds. What that means is it is on average for a quarterback to get the ball out of their hands within 2.75 seconds. Not happening. It only happens before they can get the ball out, meaning they get there before 2.75 seconds. They're sixth worst at 18.8%. That's what scares me the most about when people talk about Sanders' game. Now, it's going to be a tough game. We'll talk a little bit about the Chicago matchup right now. It's going to be a tough game against Chicago, and not because Chicago's defense is good. It's because they pair well with our weaknesses. Our weakness is the offensive line. I just told you that. The Bears have a top 10 rushing defense. They blitz, not rush, blitz. The passer 38% of the time. They blitz him. Shedeur does not do well under the blitz yet. Now, that's not a knock on Shedeur. He's a rookie. Understand, he's a rookie. Rookies get blitzed. Sometimes they're going to learn they're going to get frazzled. But one thing I'm encouraged about my boy Shedeur is that he's improving on that. He's not running backwards, taking sacks. He's stepping up in the pocket. He's looking downfield for passes. He's learning in 3 weeks. Learning. He is taking time and he is growing. And that's something we should be excited about, Browns fans. Let's get excited about it. And let me tell you this little stat that makes me worried about this matchup and the blitz, okay? Here we go. Shedeur Sanders with dropping back and holding the ball for 4 seconds, which is something that he did in college. Is the only reason why I'm bringing this up. It's the last stat, and I got to go. Week 14 against Tennessee, he averaged 2.2. He was 2 for 9, 24 yards, and an interception, a minus 11.9 EPA. In his career, in 4 games, he's 4 for 23, 69 yards, and an interception when he holds the ball longer than 4 seconds. He's got to get rid of that ball because that rush against Chicago is going to come in a lot quicker than 2.75 seconds. He holds the ball longer than Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams holds the ball 16.7% of the time. And he's at 22.3. His overall throw time is 3.22. Got to get that down. That is the only thing that he needs to improve on next, in my opinion. And don't play hero ball. Focus on what you can control and what you can control only, and that is hit the open guy wherever they are. You do that. I think Tom Brady did that his first 2 years where he was a game manager, and look what Tom Brady went into, okay? I think Shedeur can be great if he learns to be patient and give whatever the defense gives him. He's going to hit that explosive play. We've seen it every week. He hit an explosive play. Don't force it. It's going to come to you. You got Bond out there. He's going to have he's going to catch a big touchdown. I have a feeling Isaiah Bond's going to catch like a 50, 60-yard bomb. I just feel it because I think they've been setting it up all week. It's going to happen. Lastly, the Bears are hard to hold the ball against because their blitz rate, I told you, is 10th in the league, meaning they get there before 2.75 seconds. The Bears defense as a whole is only ranked 23rd, okay? But you can score points on them. You can. The Bears defense is ranked 10 in points allowed with 335. They're ranked 7th in total yards allowed with 4,645. They're ranked 3rd at yards per play with 6 yards per play. But what makes them tough is their turnover ratio. They lead the league with 18 interceptions and 9 fumble recoveries. That's 27 total turnovers. That's a plus 17 turnover ratio. You want to know why? Because they take care of the ball on offense. Caleb Williams, 6 interceptions. And the team as a whole on offense, 2 fumbles. That's only 8 turnovers they've had on the year. They don't turn the ball over. They just don't. That's why you can't turn the ball over. Because if they're turning the ball over less and they take the ball over from you more, they score more. They have more opportunities to score. I really think that I'll close out with this. I really think the Browns can win this game. And I know there's 7.5-point underdogs from last I saw. I could be wrong. They could have changed. This line scares me. It might be all backups. But Shedeur has to get the ball out. And Jenkins needs to run. They need to be faithful to run, hold the ball, control the clock, keep Caleb Williams off the field, and that pass rush needs to get there. I need 2 sacks from Miles and a couple from the other guys. I think we can win this game. I'm going to say 17-13. Quick clips. Come on. 410 yards is going to be minus 10 there. I don't know if they're going to throw the ball a lot. I would love that. Quick clip said, Shedeur Sanders, 410 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 42-14 Cleveland. Let's go. I know what? You know what? Click. I'm there. I'm with you, bro. That's the score. Let's go. Browns win, baby. Browns are going to win 42-14. I'm with you, Greg. You got me. Quick clips. I'm on your side now. You got me so pumped. I actually probably pumped myself up too. But either way, I think Shedeur, if he learns to get rid of the ball quicker, he's going to improve even more. And here's the deal, though, and I'll close with this. I said that 5 times, but you'll get used to me. I think if Shedeur improves these next 4 weeks and wins a couple games, Kevin's going to stay. So Shedeur fans out there that are not Browns fans, because I'm a Browns fan before I'm a Shedeur fan. I'll let that know. Will you be okay if they went out or if they play well enough where they say, well, under Kevin and Tommy, Shedeur improved. Let's keep them. Would you be okay with that? Let me know in the comments. I got to go. Until next time, like always, thanks for tuning in. And always, please share your opinions. You're just a typical Browns fan like me. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thanks for the love. Until next time, follow me on all things social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. My name's Typical Browns Fan, all of them. Follow me. We'll talk about this. We'll continue. I got to go because I got to go pick up my kids from somewhere. This is the Typical Browns Fan signing off. Until next time, keep barking, keep believing, and keep being that typical Browns fan. Until next time, like always, go Browns.